This spring, North Carolinians from across the state took part in 6 community meetings about the problem of global warming and what North Carolina policymakers can do about it. The meetings took place in Wilmington, Winston-Salem, Charlotte, Asheville, Manteo, and Raleigh. After the meetings, attendees had the opportunity to record video messages to go to their legislators at the North Carolina General Assembly. Here's what they had to say.
I'm very concerned about global climate change.
I'm very concerned about global warming issues in North Carolina.
The global warming problem isn't something that's going to be in the future, it's actually happening right now.
Global warming now is so serious.
I'm concerned about the effects of global warming.
We've got to change the type of energy we use. We can't be using more coal power. No matter how clean it is, it's never clean enough.
Hi, my name is Cammie, and when I grow up, can I please have fresh air and clean water?
I think our legislators have a very strong responsibility to get on the bandwagon and do everything they can to help combat global warming.
Individuals are doing things by themselves. Our family, we've reduced our energy by over 50% from 2 years ago in kilowatts used. We drive more economical vehicles. What's the legislature going to do to help us all?
We're doing a lot of work to try to combat climate change locally.
My husband and I are currently in the process of packing up our entire home to move to a new location. And part of the reason for this move is we were both driving quite a long distance to get to work every single work week. Since we're willing to make these drastic changes and move our entire house, those are some of the hard choices. It's easier for you to consider our stories and then cast your vote. We can control our commute and we can control where we live, but we don't have the control over the power plants and some of the other things that need legislation in order to make changes.
There are a lot of Priuses running around here in Charlotte, which is great. Individual people are trying to do their part, but we really need some state policy so that everyone around the state will have access to clean cars.
It will affect my children and grandchildren greatly, and for their sakes, I hope that you will vote for any kind of bill that improves our environment.
I would like to ask for your support as legislators for global warming legislation.
I hope for the state legislature to really pass a lot of really good legislation to stop global warming.
Enact legislation to reduce global warming.
To curb greenhouse gas emissions, reduce pollution, and find alternative energy sources that are viable and can be used in the state.
I would strongly encourage, ask, and even beg you to take action now for issues that relate directly to climate change, sustainable energy.
Set a goal for reducing North Carolina's carbon emissions by 80% by 2050.
To reduce our carbon emissions in the state.
To reduce North Carolina's carbon emissions.
80% by 2050.
One of the ways that we in North Carolina could act immediately is to enact clean car legislation.
And I think Clean Cars is a very good program.
Pass legislation like the Clean Cars Bill.
Clean Cars.
The Clean Cars Act.
Support the clean car solution.
Strong legislation like the Clean Cars program.
Clean Cars.
Support clean cars legislation.
North Carolina needs to move forward in clean car legislation.
A clean car program for North Carolina.
I'm interested in the Clean Car program. There's no reason we can't show up California and do a better job than they do and be a leader for the nation. And I think that would be a very good thing.
We need clean car legislation. I strongly oppose new coal-fired power plants, including Cliffside, and this is how I vote. And I want to see action take place soon.
Vote for our future generations.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thanks. Thank you.
Thank you.
Keep up the great work.